These aren't just stories. These are real confessions from people who swear they lived through nightmares. Stalkers, mysterious disappearances, things that watched from the woods. Don't say we didn't warn you. This will get darker the longer you listen. Let's scroll into the terrifying unknown. Story 1. There's someone living in my attic. This happened 3 months ago. I live alone in a 2-bedroom house I inherited from my grandmother. I work night shifts and often come home around 2 or 3 a.m. One night, I noticed small things moved around. Nothing major, just off enough to feel wrong. Then came the noise, a faint dragging sound from the ceiling, like someone shifting their weight, slowly, just above my bedroom. I checked the attic. Nothing. Or so I thought. The next week, I installed a motion sensor camera in the hallway. That night, I got an alert on my phone at 3:12 a.m. I watched the footage and froze. A man, naked, except for a burlap sack over his head, crawled out of the attic and into my kitchen. Drank milk straight from the bottle. Then crawled back up. I ran out of the house, barefoot, phone in hand, and called the cops. They searched for hours and finally found a small makeshift bed, food wrappers, and a journal filled with entries about me. My routines, my sleep habits, what I wore. He'd been living up there for weeks. Story 2. The lady who watches me sleep. When I was 12, I started seeing her. A pale woman with stringy hair and eyes too wide for her face. She'd stand in the hallway outside my room and just stare. My parents said it was a nightmare, but my little sister saw her too. One night, I pretended to sleep. She crept closer. I could hear her breathing. Suddenly, she leaned in, nose to nose with me and whispered, "I like you better awake." I screamed. My parents ran in, turned on the light. Nothing, no sign of her. But my sister was gone. They found her in the backyard, curled up in a ball under the swing set, whispering, "She's in the walls." We moved a week later. Story 3. The man in the gas mask. Last year, I went on a solo camping trip in northern Michigan. It was supposed to be a weekend of disconnecting. No cell service, no people. On the second night, I saw someone watching me from the trees. He wore a gas mask and a long black coat. I thought maybe he was a hiker, but he didn't move, just stood there. I packed my gear in record time, started hiking back in the dark. Hours passed. I turned around, and there he was, again. Still, silent, watching. I ran, tripped, fell, and when I looked up, he was gone. But in my tent, back at the trailhead, I found a note. "You're fun to follow. See you again soon." I never camp alone anymore. You made it to the end. But some things? They're only just beginning. If these stories chilled your spine, imagine what's waiting in the next scroll. Hit like if you want more real nightmares from the darkest corners of Reddit. Subscribe to Creepy Reddit Runs so you never miss what lurks in the shadows. And tell us, what's the creepiest thing that ever happened to you? Drop it in the comments, if you dare.